Hi, this is Holly at the Potomac Bead Company. Today I'm going to show you how to make a gemstone chip cluster stretch bracelet. And what we're going to do is we're going to take head pins and we're going to make wrapped loops on each individual little chip and then string them with some stretchy string. The materials we're going to need for this project are some head pins. You can use 22 or 24 gauge head pins, and if you wanted to do the 1-inch or 1.5-inch head pins, that would be okay too, because then that's going to save on your waste. I'm using some gemstone chips. Here I have some malachite, and then I'm also using a bead stopper with some 0.8mm stretchy string. The tools we're going to need for this project are round nose pliers, some flat nose pliers, and a cutter. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our head pins and we're going to slide on one of our chips. And the chips come pretty reasonable in our stores, and they come in mostly 32-inch strands. And from here, once we have the chip on there, we're going to go ahead and make our bend and then make a very, very tiny wrapped loop over the top. And then for me, I like to hold my loops and then just twist that around like that to make our wrap loop. We'll do a couple of these, trim that off. If you need to come back in and pinch that down, you can. Not necessary, it's going to be hidden pretty well. So just do a couple more and take our head pin, slide on our chip, make our bend, and then proceed with our wrapped loop. If you need any more help with the wrapped loops, we have plenty of YouTube tutorial videos on how to do wire working and loops, things like that. You have to check those out. This is just going to be the extent of the bracelet. It's going to take an awful lot of time and an awful lot of head pins, but I think the end result is an adorable little bracelet. Get that off there. And just keep going with doing loops on our chips. So here I have a whole bunch of our chips on a head pin, and I've wrapped the loops on those. I have just a couple more here that I'm going to work on. Also wanted to let you know that if you are using a thicker gauge head pin, that you could use the one-step looper on this, and that would give you a simple loop. Wouldn't give you the wrapped loop, but it's also an option. It's absolutely just a matter of preference and whatever you are more comfortable with, because with the amount of beads that you need and the amount of wrapped loops that you need, it's going to take you an awful long time to get these done. And just one more here. And then the simple part starts. One more wrap. Trying to get those close together. Trim that. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our stretchy string and we're just going to take those loops and we're just going to thread those right on to our stretchy string. And what's going to happen is it's going to start to create a really neat kind of cluster effect. And then when we go to tie that off, it will also bring them closer together and bunch them up a little bit to give them more of the cluster effect. You can see how that's going there right now. It's looking kind of cool, isn't it? You could also do this as a pendant for the center of a necklace, a centerpiece for a necklace or something like that. That'd be a great idea for that. Just a couple more here. And like I said, for time's sake, we don't have all of them done. as many as you would need for a bracelet, but this will give you the idea anyway. And just keep threading those on. Just a few more. Alright, the last one. And you can see that it gives you a nice cluster effect whenever you bring those together. So how you would just finish this by pulling tightly, and all of your chips should kind of lay in there like that. You shouldn't be able to see the loops and the wire that's going to be on the inside. So tie that with your square knot, put a little dot of super glue onto your knot, and there you go. You have a gemstone chip stretchy bracelet. This is Holly at the Potomac Bead Company. Feel free to check out any of our other YouTube videos. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you soon in one of our stores.